And here we go. Hey everybody, welcome to another exciting episode of the Wednesday Word. This is the Wednesday Word. I'm your host of the Wednesday Word. My name is David Bradley, Senior Sales and Marketing Manager with Grant Cardone. Now, what happens on the Wednesday Word? Well, I've got a list over here, a very long list of words. Now, the first lesson I learned in selling from my mentor, Grant Cardone, is that selling is a conversation. Power comes from the words that you use. Meaning what? Meaning that there is power in words. And so I'm going to take words and we're going to look at the definition of these words. We're going to look at the etymology and the history of these words. What do you mean when you say them? Right? We take words for granted, so let's not do that anymore. And then let's take the definition, let's take the etymology, and let's see how are we using these words to enhance, improve, and excel in our sales, in our business, in our life. That is what we do on the Wednesday Word. And this week's word is interesting to say the least. It is a noun, and it is something that not only does it exist, but there's something that you have to do with it in order to get the most out of it. So, if you're ready, let's get into the Wednesday Word. Oh, and I almost forgot. If you would like to watch me, yours truly, talk out the Wednesday Word with my good buddy, my friend, Michael Cirillo. He runs the Dealer Playbook, and you can find the Dealer Playbook. It's a podcast. It's also just sort of a networking group. You can find the Dealer Playbook on YouTube. You can find it on the Facebook. Okay, pretty sure he's got a Twitter page, but YouTube and Facebook are the two primary places where you can find Michael Cirillo and the Dealer Playbook. And on Wednesdays, we actually go live and talk out the word. This week, so go find him. Tune in. In fact, his whole podcast is amazing. So if you're not tuned into it, it's awesome. Now, typically, it does focus on automotive retail, but if you can't apply what he's talking about into your own personal sales, into your business, and your life, then you're just not paying close enough attention. All right, so make sure you've tuned into the Dealer Playbook. Tons of value over there. And the only cost to you is time and attention. Just like the Wednesday Word. The only cost to you is time and attention. So let's put some time and attention onto this week's word, which is what? Adversity. Yeah, that's right. Adversity. Adversity is the Wednesday Word. It's a noun. It means difficulties or misfortune, as in resilience in the face of adversity. That's what the definition tells us. Webster says it is a state or instance of serious or continued difficulty or misfortune. Have you ever had moments of serious or continued difficulty or misfortune in your life? I think we all have. Yes? Okay. So when we look at the history of the word, find it interesting. It's old Middle English from Old French and then a Latin base meaning advertere or advertere, meaning turn towards. So I think that's kind of where we get that turning the tide, where you're going in one direction and everything was great, and then all of a sudden something turned towards you, and it was rather adversarial. It was adverse. It was difficult. It was challenging. It was misfortunate, and it kept on coming. So as I was researching the word, I found the website vocabulary.com. And here's what they said on that, which I found very, very interesting. Definitely worth us thinking about and looking in a little deeper. Ready? When circumstances or situations work against you, you face adversity. For example, refugees from war-torn countries encounter terrible adversity. In the Bible, the Jews were enslaved in Egypt, that's adversity. And then while they're enslaved, God delivered some adversity on the Egyptians. Then the Pharaoh lets them go, and then they get more adversity for the next 40 years in the desert. And if you, like me, enjoy, I love watching some UFC. So if ever you've watched UFC, some of the best fights are where one fighter faces tremendous adversity, where it looks like they're totally going to lose, where they're just getting wrecked for 4.5 rounds, and then at the very end, they come back. Silva, Sonnen I is a great example of that, okay? Adversity, which is a noun, has been part of the English language for over 800 years. And it's got that Latin thing, which means turned against. and figuratively means hostile or unfavorable. So bringing that all around full circle, when things seem against you, whether that's circumstances or just a stroke of bad luck, you're facing some adversity right now. Sometimes people use a form of the phrase about turning adversity into what? Opportunity. And this refers to the ability some of us have. All of us actually have it. It's just some of us use it to take a bad situation and turn it into a successful one. So what do we do with this word? Adversity. I'm going to give you 2 quotes that you can start implementing immediately, today. If you're experiencing adversity right now, and a lot of us are, okay? If you've got some adversity, I'm going to give you 2 quotes. The first one comes from Grant Cardone's book, Sell or Be Sold, and this is this: problems are opportunities. 2, change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. So problems are opportunities. Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. The second one is from my good buddy Wayne Dyer. So I'm going to give you an exercise with a little colloquialism. Okay? How can you develop your ability to make lemonade? Right? Life hands you lemons, make lemonade. Okay? How can you develop your ability? Because that's what it is. It's an ability. Okay? So I want you to take a look at some adversity you've already experienced, something that you've had happen in your life thus far. Nothing happens to you, it happens because of you. That's another Cardonism. Now it's going to take some work, because if you've got some emotional charge on the incident, it's going to be harder to do this. But if you can find a way to release yourself of that emotional charge and just look at it analytically, maybe take the emotion, just put it over there for a little bit. You can bring it back later. But just be analytical about it. Look at it. And find, because they're there, find the opportunities in the adversity. Find them. They are there, I promise you. Okay? And in the unlikely event, let's go worst case scenario. Let's say you can't find an opportunity, or the opportunity you find, you think is not that great of an opportunity. Then what opportunities can you create as a result of the adversity? Okay? So find opportunities that are in it, or use it to create one. That's the exercise I want you to do. And it doesn't have to just be, and what might even be more, and even interestingly enough, I just had this cognition. If you've got an event that has an emotional charge on it, and you are able to separate the charge, then look at it analytically, find opportunity or create an opportunity, what do you think is going to happen to the emotional charge? It might just go away. Really? Yeah, it just might, if you allow it to. Oh. If you allow it to. Yeah. Right? Maybe you want to hold on to it because it means something to you. Or maybe you just let it go. Could you do that? You could. Would you, though? Different story. So, have you ever seen, I thought of this too, there's a meme out there with some words attached to it, which I'm going to leave you with this. That's how we're going to wrap up the Wednesday word. So when you start thinking about adversity and what you're going to do with it, remember, nothing happens to you, happens because of you or for you, or a little bit of both. So when you're in adversity, you've got this ability to Control, Alt, Delete. Have you seen that meme? It just shows those buttons. And it says, and there's 3 things you want to do. What each word means. Control yourself. Alter your thinking. Delete negativity. Okay? So, control yourself. Check yourself before you know the rest. Okay? alter your thinking. Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change, okay? And delete negativity. No negativity allowed. You don't need that. Boom. How does that help you? Okay? So, what'd you get from this week's word? What are you going to do with some previous moments of adversity? And how can you use those lessons and opportunities that you will learn and create from them to be better prepared for handling adversity in the future? Because there's going to be more. Congratulations. Control yourself. Alter your thinking. Delete negativity. This has been the Wednesday Word. My name is David Bradley. If I can help you get the Wednesday Word dialed in a little bit more, feel free to reach out to me. My phone number, 310-777-0352. My email address is david@grantcardone.com. And speaking of Grant Cardone, let me leave you with his words, which is be great, because nothing else pays.